Hi friends, and welcome back to the Life of Beard YouTube channel, episode 11 of Beardkopia. Welcome to Beardkopia words. Okay, so we left last episode off with the cluster, you know what, of trying to get this little habitat sorted. As you can see, it's not a perfect fix, but it is working. And as Trubbish is quite rightly pointing out, is someone there? Yes, there is. And it's going to be Lapras. So, like, when you... I sort of mentioned this in the last episode. The sort of game... Well, I've mentioned it a couple of times, but the game sort of holds your hand with habitats and where you should go. And, of course, silly Beard trying to play the game on hard. But also trying to be efficient and make sure that, you know, the place looks nice and do little boring bits off stream, off video, camera, words. God damn it. Another great start. Anyway, so I sort of started building this out a little bit, completely forgetting that we have a Lapras, which this is the easiest place for it to spawn because there's a tree, it's right next to the water. Obviously you need that for the habitat, and I built it out a little bit further, thinking, I probably thought actually Lapras I like a little bit more space for Lapras because, you know, it's sort of just thrown in on this corner here and I don't like it. Obviously we can move them around, but not just yet. Anyway, we are here, so this works. It doesn't actually look as terrible as I thought, but we will still move stuff around. Anyway, the environment has increased and we have Lapras, which brings us on to a ability that becomes very useful, one that we need. So, you want to see me swimming so you can imitate me? Well, now how flattered I am. I can't stand the mud right now. This area reeks of it. Surely you can smell it. It's difficult to find a desire to swim when there's mud everywhere. You cleaned up the mud around here for me? You wonderful. You're an absolute star, little one. So again, sort of in hindsight, doing stuff off camera, that, you know, I cleaned up the amount of mud already that needed to do that mission, which again is quite nice how it all sort of like, oh yeah, you've already done that, wicked, let's do this. So that makes life easier. So now we get transform, and we can transform into a Lapras, so we can actually use surf, which I don't actually use a lot really, but then I got it on my first playthrough. I got it a little bit later, so I didn't really use it in this area. So like now we can actually use it to get around, and it's quite helpful. So obviously we can skirt around a little bit, have a bit of a check out of the area, which is pretty cool. So that is done. And obviously our level increased as well. So let's go over here. So things are progressing pretty well now after the little bit of the poo show that it was the last video. 3 is sort of the standard of where things sort of get things going, and then you sort of have to get over the hump of 3 to 4, and 5 is usually like the base, they say, just before you can sort of move on and do stuff. So we are making progress and we're getting the coins. I need to do some more. I mean, I've kind of skipped doing the challenges and doing sort of daily stuff, which is annoying because I want to show you more of that. But I've missed a couple of the sort of, what was it? The events. I missed one of the events, and there's another event on at the time of doing this. So we've missed the jump pluff one, and there's currently Sableye, which we might get to, but we'll see. But anyway, I need those knitting supplies and for me, but we'll get to that in a minute. Oh, but everyone seems happy now. I think they feel how much the environment has improved. I believe we have you to thank for that. Well, yeah. But I hope you keep working to make this place an even more comfortable place for everyone to live. I truly believe doing that may cause humans to come back someday. I still do wonder though, will these dark clouds ever dissipate? That's a big word, Professor. Right, so let's go back to Piplup. Now we can swim together. Yes, we can. I can. Come on then, follow me. Let's go for a swim. Following you. What are those noises, yo? We'll come back to that. Don't you worry, Trubbish. Don't you worry. Okay, just like the real deal. Okay, I'm here. Let's go. Let's go, come on. I tried really hard. I did actually. I had to try really hard just to actually build the bloody environment. So yeah, you can see some of the little messes made here, but you know, that's fine. We can clear that up. And as you can hear, a noise which we will move on to. I wonder what it could be. First, we're just going to have a little swim. Take in the area. This feels great. I like these little sort of like, apart from that. It's very annoying when you hit sort of like a land bit there, you automatically sort of go into that, which actually becomes quite a hindrance if you're like in shallow water. But I like these missions where you have to sort of like go off the beaten path. It's quite nice. So, I can't remember where this takes us. Just love swimming. I bet now you can swim to places like you couldn't reach before. Yes, we can. Like the big place over there. But it's fine. That's getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, so that was done. And again, showing you, so if you it sort of handholds you, it takes us over here, which brings us to a sort of a little area where we can grab some goodies. I've not actually done much in this area, so maybe we can do some of that on this playthrough. But as you can see, there's some dolls and some sofas and some bearded materials, Pokemon ingots. All very helpful stuff. That also makes it easier to go there, where you can see there's an electricity generator, and as you can see there's also a big boat, which we won't go too far ahead of that. Oh, there's actually, are they dandy flowers? Ew, I don't remember those. But as you can see, there's also quite a lot of clearing up to do, which again we will do off stream and make it a little bit nicer for everyone to look at. But for now, we are going to head back. Did I build the bridge this way? I don't remember if I did. I did, okay, cool. What's that? Those noises, yo. Let's find out, shall we, Trubbish? You got a second? So literally just noticed this, but I'm hearing some really weird noises coming from over that way. What do you think's making them, yo? I'm really interested in weird noises, you know, but it's always more fun to do things with friends, so why don't you come check out those noises you're coming from with me, Ditto? Are you scared, yo? What? I'm not scared, yo. Just thought, you know, you might be curious about it too, Ditto. And maybe you wouldn't mind leading the way. I'll be following right behind you, of course, Trubbish, since it's you, mate. Obviously. I want to build this. What do you want to build? I've got something I want to talk to you about. Sup, yo? I've got this really weird building kit, right? I've got a feeling it'll make a really weird house, you know? Doesn't that, like, really make you want to build it? I mean, not particularly, but yeah, for role-playing purposes, obviously. Cool, I have this building kit, so just find a spot and set it down, please. Probably going to need a big space, like a plot where a human house used to be. An orange hut kit. Okay, cool. Okay, while we're over here, we'll fix this. Yes, yes, I know, we're trying to get there. There's times like that where it gets a little bit annoying because it's like, you know what, I've done this before, this one has got the speed for it, but on the other hand, I want you guys to see everything, or as much as possible without it being too boring. So, that's that blocked off. Let's go over here. We're getting closer. Let's go around here. And up these stairs. I actually found this on my actual game before the noises, which is annoying because I was just like, oh, let's go explore everywhere. And of course, these blocks show off or indicate an area we can break into. So I did that, and I ended up finding our guy MOSSLAX, as Lugia is just over there chilling and dropping feathers. Let's make this a little bit. There we go. I'll pick up all the mess. So there he is, the big boy, MOSSLAX. So those weird sounds were the sounds of Snorlax sleeping. Good thing we figured it out. Yeah. I sure feel silly for getting you all scared, but yo, this Snorlax is totally covered in moss. More like MOSSLAX, am I right here? See, Trubbish, again being an MVP, coming up with a name for this. So, you know, anyone that says Trubbish is like a waste of time, then you are wrong. So like with MOSSLAX, once he wakes up, you can actually give them different like foods, and that will give you different sort of like buffs per day, which is quite handy. So let's head on back to the professor and see what that does for us. Because again, it sort of handholds you through these missions, which is quite handy, and you can get sort of through these pretty quick. Lapras, what the hell? What is Pokemon's fascination of jumping on top of rooftops? Get down, Lapras, Jesus. So we've got the professor, we've got Meowth. Trubbish is on his way, doing his little waddle. Okay, quick. Oh, we had to wait for Trubbish. Okay, fair. Oh, Beard and Trubbish, I've been hearing the oddest noises for a while now. I don't suppose you know something about that. That's MOSSLAX snoring, yo. There are Snorlax who's been sleeping so long they're all covered in moss. Beard and I found them. A mossy Snorlax? Now you've certainly caught my attention. I was going to do voices for the characters, but I completely forgot to do that. So maybe we'll do that as we go along. And I was totally the first one to notice the sound, Joe. Can you wake them up? I can't draw your conclusion until I sing this Snorlax for myself. I hate to put you out of the way, but please take me to that Snorlax. Hey, I'm bored. Mind if I tag along? Sure, more the merrier. It's always more fun to go places with friends. That's quite true. Let's go together, shall we? Okay, I'll see you there, losers. Apart from Trubbish, who's amazing. Actually, Meowth's actually got some legs on him. You have to run. Can't catch me. I am the speed. So yeah, want to try and get the story a little bit more progressed. So plus, it's also very handy to do this to get some abilities that come pretty sort of handy later on. And in order to do that, we need to get some of the story done, and then we can sort of blast through these missions a bit quicker. Come on, everyone. The monster's den. Actually, while we're here, can we take a photo of this for the thumbnail, if I'm not going to get bashed out of the way? MOSSLAX. There we go. Could do something a bit more fancy and have it sort of like that, couldn't I? Can I like duck down? I could. Maybe like on a tilt, maybe. Getting all fancy to behind the scenes stuff here, friends. Cool. Professor. Found your mate. Got your stuff. What you saying? What are we saying, friends? Hope we're enjoying the content. Trying to get more videos out. Well, definitely more of this. Definitely more unboxings. Got quite a decent amount of unboxings. Trying to upgrade the quality and stuff. It feels like we're making progress. So I appreciate anyone that's watching and been watching since the start. whether it's from this or from my unboxings. Very much appreciate it. Though most folks can actually wake up when the sun comes out. I mean, nighttime is playtime for me, but... Oh, that's it, Meowth. Huh? What'd I say? You said something relevant. It's a sensible idea. Yeah, that makes sense. You have the most professory ideas, yo. And I give the best hints. Well, it leads us to Beards. If at all possible, I'd like you to brighten up this town. If we can wake a Pokemon who's been sleeping for such an incredibly long time, maybe we can hear more about the humans still around. I'll give it a go. Sure, why not? As for Meowth and Trubbish, could you please do what you can to assist Beard? That would be absolutely fantastic, yo. If all you work together, I'm sure you can succeed. One would hope so, anyway. I kind of like it dark, but how could I not return the favour after it helped me out so much? Plus, we can make your habitat darker, Meowth. Not everywhere has to be light. Important request on the way. Bosh. Okay. So, let's talk to Meowth. So, like, I just realised that the yellow bubbles, they're yellow. They look cream to me because I'm colourblind, but they do have a little sort of different tint to them compared to the normal ones, which are white. These are mission bubbles, if you didn't know, or important bubbles anyway. Guess what? I just came up with a way to brighten up the town. What you got? Remember when Trubbish asked you to light up a street light earlier? Maybe we can find some more street lights and light them up. Wait, they're already lit up. Dang, you already thought of that. Yeah, you gotta be smarter than that, Meowth. Should have guessed you'd be way ahead of me. This should be bright enough to wake up MOSSLAX, right? I'm gonna check on him. Come on, let's go. Right, Trubbish. You're always good to me. This isn't much, but I'd like you to have it. Just my way of saying thanks. Is it gonna be rubbish? Oh, 5-bit. Thanks, Trubbish, mate. Absolutely adore you already. I mean, I did in the first place, so... Are you also here to check on MOSSLAX? Perhaps it's because the town's gotten a bit brighter, but there's something strange about MOSSLAX now. Could you take a look, Beard? I mean, sure, let's have a buddy bitches. Boop. The bottle on the head opened. Does that mean... No, they don't seem likely to wake up after all. So much for that idea. Let's see, do I feel like we're on the right track just now? I'm very curious about the flower bed head, though. Wait, could it be? Well, yes, I believe that's it. Now listen here, Beard. Look closely at MOSSLAX's flower bed head. It's not fully blooming, see? See? My gut is telling me if you can get a whole flower garden blooming on the head, then MOSSLAX will wake up. I presume. Just throw that in at the end, casually. Let's see, I'm quite sure the flower bud on MOSSLAX's head reacts to brightness. Words. Which means if you can get this town much, much brighter with fully bloomed fields of flowers. We don't currently have enough light for that. Try setting up lots of bright electrically powered machines like streetlights. I think that ought to help. Let's assume that a field of flowers in bloom is worth 100 bloom points. In that case, I give MOSSLAX bedhead at 48 words, numbers, talking. But I hope you'll work together to strive for 100 bloom points. So this is sort of similar to the... I think it's the humidity with Onyx, and you have to try and get it all sort of sorted. So yeah, we got that up. So again, you can go around and make it all perfect, but if you just follow the sort of follow the main missions in the yellow bubbles, that will take you where you need to go instead of putting in like extra effort when you sort of don't need to, which sounds bad. And you can always put in the extra effort later on. Torchic, what's up? I heard you're trying to make the town brighter, right? Well, guess what? I know where to make things brighter without using electricity. Use fire. Do like fire. Dance into the fire. You haven't discovered this habitat yet. Okay. I'm sure a place like this would be bright even at night and might even get Pokemon who like fire to show up. If If you ever decide to make a place like that, please take me. I can help. Okay. Yes, we can actually do that. I think. Trubbish, what are you doing over here? Don't feel like... okay, cool. Right. So, let's do Torchics. Sort of little mini side quest. Get that sort of rocking and rolling. We can actually do that. I think back over there. There's a spare palm tree. Potentially. Maybe, possibly, actually, maybe. What did we need for the habitat? We needed a palm tree, campfire, log stool, plate, and a berry. Okay, that's fine. Let's make sure that I haven't got some of those things in there. If I got anything in here, just some materials, that's fine. So stool or chair, and we need a plate, and we need a campfire, which is there. Okay, cool. Now, if I remember correctly, I think I know which Pokemon this spawns, but I could be wrong. Maybe. Does it have to be on a beach? I can't remember if it has to be on the beach. I think it does. That's fine for now. Because I want to do this sort of just to... I want to do it differently the way I did it before. Anyway, so this is okay. Because over here, I ended up getting gloom in this area. So I'm quite happy to move gloom or have gloom somewhere else. So, fire. Thank you, Torchic. Absolute legend. Where's the log chair? And a little berry to go on there like that. Bosh. You've restored a meal prep habitat. Yay! Sitting by a campfire underneath a palm tree. Let's kick back, relax, and cook some food. Made a place just like I asked for. Gosh, I'm really sorry. I guess not quite as bright as places with the electricity, but it's nice and warm. And it's relaxing. If you like warm places, we're really happy here. Find me again anytime you want to use fire or something like that. I want to help out. Fire provides a small amount of light for the town and also warm up their surroundings. So, that is done. What I want to do is also, we don't need to get, but it's always good to get, Mareep. Oh, I had one of those chairs, but I put it away. Mareep has a couple of different environments, but I want to, again, do it differently to what I had. Okay, let's try and get Mareep in somewhere. Let's double check our resources and put some of these away as well. We don't need the flowers or the lights. That's fine. Let's go along here. Ah, yes. We might save that for another time. Well, actually, no. Maybe do that next video if we're still over here. So let's grab a few of these, few of these words. Give me something good. Oh, a boat door. I don't really need that, but trace of a Pokemon. Guessing this might be Exadrill. Yeah, because we've got a Drillbur. Makita, you are fine for now. So I think I need to get more places lit up. let's double check the requests. Oh, time to get chatty. Bring orange heart. Brighten things up. Eliminate tower up. So let's go to the professor because he seems like he's over there. I wanted to do a double check here as well, but where is the professor? Are you still here? It's much brighter now. Okay, cool. I didn't even really do anything. Didn't even do anything. Town sure does seem to be brighter. Still don't have the fully bloomed flowers we'd like to see on Snorlax's head. I wonder if there's a Pokemon somewhere who could light town up with some power. There's someone on the ground over there. Is there? You're right. What's all the commotion? Everyone's gathering around on something on that island. Whatever it could be, come along then, Beard. Let's go and find out. Let's go find out on the next episode of Beardkopia, because we are going to leave it there so you can come back. It's a bit of a short episode, but we'll come back to the sort of next bit. So we've got a little bit more done. We found MOSSLAX. We're lighting up the place, even though I've sort of done that already. And we're going to meet a new face who a lot of people I'm sure will guess who it is. But find out next time, friends, on another episode of Beardkopia.